Welcome back, future LPDs. This is part 2 of our lit review on assessment of learning. So now that we've covered the basics in part 1, it's time to dive deeper into the different types of assessment tools and how to create effective test items. Okay, so ready to sharpen your skills and let's get started. Number 16. A score of 90% is a criterion reference test means Letter A, the student performed better than most students. Letter B, the student mastered 90% of the learning objectives. Letter C, the student failed to reach the group average. Or letter D, the student ranked second in the class. Okay, the correct answer is letter B. So a score of 90% in a criterion reference test means that the student have mastered 90% of the learning objectives. So in criterion reference testings, scores are based on objective standards. It is not based on comparison. So when we were talking about comparison, this is all about norm reference testing. Okay, for letters A, C, and D, these are typical of norm reference interpretations. Number 17. What is the most appropriate audiovisual aid to use when showing a process flow? Letter A, flashcards. Letter B, diagram. Letter C, film. Or letter D, globe. Okay, the correct answer is diagram, letter B. So, diagrams like flow charts or process flow diagrams are specifically designed to visually represent the steps and sequence of a process, so making it easy to understand the flow and relationships between different stages. Okay, letter B is the best answer. Flashcards for letter A are better suited for presenting individual pieces of information or concepts, while films for letter C, this can be used to demonstrate a process, but they might be too lengthy and complex compared to a diagram for simply showing the flow. While globes for letter D, the globes are used to represent the Earth's surface and are not suitable for depicting a process flow. Number 18. What type of test item provides only one correct answer and eliminates scoring bias? Letter A, essay. Letter B, matching type. Letter C, objective test. Or letter D, completion test. Okay, objective test, letter C is the best answer. So objective tests, like for example, multiple choice tests, have definite answers. So this can reduce personal bias. Okay, for letter A, essay is wrong because essay answers are open-ended and subjective. For matching type, matching can still involve minor bias. So the best answer for this is objective test. While letter D is wrong because completion items can have vague answers if poorly written. Number 19. What kind of assessment requires students to perform tasks like experiments, projects, or presentations to show what they've learned? Letter A, traditional. Letter B, performance-based. Letter C, diagnostic. Or letter D, norm-referenced. All right, performance-based assessment is the best answer. So this type of assessment, the performance-based, evaluate um, this evaluates real-life application of knowledge, like for example, doing experiments, projects, or presentations. Okay, that is the best answer. Now let's discuss the other choices. Traditional assessment, this involves paper pencil test, as we all know. While diagnostic, this assesses prior knowledge. It can be done before the instruction. And for letter D, norm reference, this refers to how scores are interpreted This is not a method. Okay. Number 20, which principle of assessment ensures that all students have an equal chance to demonstrate what they know? Letter A, validity. Letter B, reliability. Letter C, fairness. Or letter D, authenticity. Okay, fairness, letter C, is the best answer. As we all know, fairness addresses equal opportunity regardless of the student background. So this can ensure that all students have an equal chance or access to demonstrate what they know. Okay. For letter B, reliability, reliability focuses on consistency. Again, when you read any items or any questions that talks about consistency, this is reliability. For letter D, authenticity, this refers to real world relevance, while validity for letter A, this refers to what is being measured. Okay. Number 21. Which of the following is a characteristic of a well-constructed multiple-choice question? Letter A. All options should be obviously wrong except the correct one. Letter B. Use absolute items like always and never frequently. Letter C. Include only plausible distractors. Or letter D. The correct answer should be longer than the others. Alright, the correct answer is letter C. So, a good multiple choice items include plausible distractors to avoid guessing. Okay, letter C is the best answer. For letter A, this is wrong because makes it too easy. The poor item construction. Okay, for letter B, absolute terms often indicate incorrect answers. For letter D, this may unintentionally reveal the correct answer. Like making the correct answer longer can unintentionally reveal it. Number 22, what is the difference between measurement and evaluation? Letter A, measurement makes judgments, while evaluation quantifies results. Letter B, measurement ranks students, while evaluation grades them. Letter C, measurement assigns numbers, while evaluation makes value judgments. Or letter D, there is no difference. Okay, of course, obviously the correct answer is letter C. So when we're talking about measurement, we talk about numbers, assigning numbers. When we talk about evaluation, this is about meaning or judgment based on those numbers, okay? Making value judgments. Letter C is the best answer. Number 23, a teacher notices that students consistently score differently on a test each time it is given, even when nothing has changed. What assessment principle is lacking? Letter A, validity. Letter B, reliability. Letter C, fairness. Or letter D, authenticity. Okay, the correct answer is letter B. So the assessment principle that is lacking in the situation is reliability. So, a reliable test gives consistent results over time. Again, there is consistency. Letter B. For letter A, validity, as we talked about it earlier, is about what is measured, not how consistently the test is. Okay. For letter C, fairness, this involves equitable opportunity, while authenticity, this one is wrong because this is not related to consistency. Number 24, during a class discussion, a teacher asks, what might happen if we removed all assessments from education? What level of Bloom's taxonomy is targeted? Letter A, knowledge. Letter B, application. Letter C, analysis, or letter D, evaluation. Of course, the correct answer is evaluation. So the question requires judgment and the ability to justify a position. This is a key part of evaluation. Again, we're talking about asking for judgment or like requiring a judgment to justify something. Like, for example, in the situation that the teacher asks, what might happen if we remove all assessments from education? So the students may give their own answers or their own judgments. Okay, that is why evaluation is the level of Bloom's taxonomy being targeted here. For letter A, this is wrong knowledge because um, this involves recall only. Letter B, application, this focuses on using information in practical ways, while analysis involves examining parts, not making value judgments. Number 25. Which of the following test items best targets the analysis level of Bloom's taxonomy? Letter A. List the principles of assessment. Letter B. Define formative assessment. Letter C. Compare and contrast formative and summative assessment. Or letter D. Choose the best example of a summative test. Alright, the correct answer is letter C. Okay, so analysis requires breaking down and comparing concepts, like, for example, compare and contrast formative and summative assessment. Okay. For letters A and B, these focus on recall or understanding, while letter D, this is closer to application, not analysis. Number 26, which scenario best reflects a criterion reference approach? Letter A, giving students grades based on how well they perform relative to each other. Letter B, awarding certificates to the top 10% of performers. Letter C, requiring students to score 75% or higher to pass. Or letter D, ranking students in quartiles. Okay, the correct answer is letter C, requiring students to score 75% or higher to pass. Criterion reference compares performance to a fixed standard. Okay, that is why letter C is the best answer. For the rest of the choices, A, B, and D, these all reflect norm reference comparisons. Again, norm reference approach. Number 27. His teacher gave James a module to catch up on the lessons he missed. The module includes a series of objective type test items after each lesson for James to check and monitor his progress as he moves to the next lesson. What form of assessment is a teacher using? Letter A, assessment of learning. Letter B, assessment for learning. Letter C, assessment of and for learning. Or letter D, assessment as learning. Okay, the correct answer is letter D, assessment as learning. Assessment as learning occurs when learners monitor their own progress and use feedback to adjust their understanding. So in this situation, um, in this case, James checks his own progress using test items in the module, which reflects self-monitoring and metacognition, which are central to assessment as learning. Okay, that's why letter D is the correct answer. For letter A, assessment of learning, this is all about summative in nature. So it evaluates what students learned after instruction, often for grading. So this one is not appropriate here in this situation. For letter B, assessment for learning, this is all about formative and teacher driven, used to guide teaching decisions. While letter C is wrong because assessment of and for learning is a combination of summative and formative, but still teacher-led, unlike James doing his self-checking, okay, which reflects assessment as learning. Number 28, a learning outcome in the grade 12 research subject reads, at the end of the lesson, the students will be exposed to various research designs. Is this a good target for assessment? Letter A, yes, the action is observable. Letter B, yes, the action can be measured. Letter C, no, the action is not done by the students. Or letter D, no, the action is not attainable. Okay, the correct answer is letter D. No, the action is not attainable. So why this learning outcome is unsuitable for assessment? So the statement here describes exposure to research designs, not the student's understanding or application of them. So the word exposure is a passive activity, so it doesn't indicate whether students learned anything. So a good learning outcome should describe what students will be to do as a result of the lesson. So it needs to be observable and measurable. Like for example, a better learning outcome might be at the end of the lesson, students will be able to compare and contrast three different research designs, identifying their strengths and weaknesses. So this revised outcome, like what I've said, is measurable because you can assess students' ability to compare, contrast, identify strengths and weaknesses. Number 29, Teacher Anne asks her students to submit a portfolio that showcases their best literary works from all their finished compositions. What type of portfolio is Teacher Anne asking? Letter A, display portfolio. Letter B, working portfolio. Letter C, documentation portfolio. Or letter D, growth portfolio. Okay, the correct answer is display portfolio. So a display portfolio, also called as a showcase portfolio, includes a student's best and most polished work to highlight their achievement or talent. Okay, teacher Anne is asking students to select and submit their best compositions, so which is exactly the purpose of the display or showcase portfolio. Okay, let's discuss the other choices. Working portfolio contains drafts, ongoing work, and is used for feedback and development. This is not for showcasing, though it's wrong. Documentation portfolio focuses on gathering evidence of learning processes over time, so not necessarily the best pieces. Okay, while growth portfolio shows progress and improvement from the word growth, so this includes early and later works for comparison. Number 30. Mr. Adamson administered an achievement test in mathematics. He is in the process of counting the scores obtained by his students. This process is called letter A, assessment, letter B, measurement, letter C, evaluation, and letter D, testing. Okay, the correct answer is letter B, measurement. So measurement, as we've talked about this earlier, this involves assigning numerical values or scores to students' performance, okay, such as counting or recording test scores. So Mr. Adamson is quantifying the result, which fits measurement. All right, measurement is the correct answer. Assessment for letter A is a broader process that includes collecting, interpreting, and using data to make decisions. While evaluation is about making a judgment or decision based on the measurement data. Okay. While testing, the administration of the test, not the scoring process. All right. So that's a wrap for part two for our let review for today. So you're getting closer to mastering assessment designs and use. So remember, a good teacher not only teaches but also assesses learning in a way that truly supports students' growth. Okay, if you want to continue learning with part three, just let me know in the comments and don't forget to like and comment and subscribe to stay updated. So keep up the good work, future licensed professional teachers. See you. Bye bye.